We know over the next few months, millions of people will be on edge, closely watching the activity in the Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico. Because of that, it is so important to be prepared in case a hurricane were to hit. Joining me now to discuss how Houston is preparing for hurricane season, we have Brian Murphy, Deputy Emergency Management Coordinator for Harris County. Good morning to you, Brian. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Brittany.
Yeah, and as we know, this season can create a lot of anxiety for people but we know it's best to be prepared. Why, Brian, is this season so different compared to years prior?
I don't know that it's really any different. I think people are going to feel a little different given what we've just experienced over the last 30 days. But honestly, a hurricane season is bad based on what hits you, not based on predictions or anything else. I think the most important thing for residents of Harris County is to be prepared every day, not just for hurricane season, not just for a winter storm, but to be prepared to face adverse weather on any given day.
So vital, so important, and it's important to take action now. What items would you tell people to stock up on during hurricane season?
I think you start with the essentials: non-perishable food and water for at least 7 days. Make sure you have your personal medications, make sure you have a good first aid kit, make sure you have a good toolkit. A battery-powered or hand crank radio is essential for getting information. And don't forget about food and water for your pets. They're just as important as every human in the household.
And Brian, let's talk about why it's important to do this now, because a lot of people, once we get the warnings that we may be experiencing a hurricane, people will rush out, try to get those items. Why is it better to stay on top of it and do it before it's needed?
Well, Brenda, you and I have all seen the pictures of people in the run up to a hurricane, fighting over that last case of water at HEB or whatever. I think you don't want to be that person. I think you want to be the person that when, bad weather occurs unexpectedly, you've got food, you've got water, you're prepared to face that. And I think the sooner you do that, the better. And I think the important thing is that you can do this gradually. You don't have to go out and do it all at once. Do it gradually. It helps control the cost of it, but it also makes sure that, again, you have this never-ending supply of preparedness supplies.
That's a great point, Ted, to do it gradually. We know Hurricane Harvey is something that is really stuck in Houstonians' minds, Texans' minds. It's something that will forever live with us. What measures have been put in place to ensure that we don't see devastation like that again?
Well, I think you have to remember that for us, Harvey wasn't really a hurricane. It was more of a flood event.
Right.
We've regionally spent billions of dollars on improvements, so we're going to see differences in the way we drain. But ultimately, nature is not predictable. Technology is not foolproof. The basic preparedness steps of having a kit, a plan, and a way to stay informed is really what's going to make the difference in being safe.
Let's quickly talk about plans to evacuate. How will people know if their neighborhood is prompted to leave?
Great question. First of all, make sure you are actually in an evacuation zone. You can go to readyharris.org. You can check out the Zip Zone interactive preparedness map as well as other hurricane preparedness tips. We will announce evacuations across all media, radio, TV, internet. And I think the other thing is about wireless emergency alerts. So take time now to make sure that your phone is set up to receive those alerts so that when we do call for evacuations, you know when you're supposed to go.
So vital. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. Brian Murphy, Harris County Office of Emergency Management. We appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you, Brittany.
We do want to make sure that you are prepared and that you stay prepared. Make sure to set a reminder for June 5th at 7 p.m. We're going to go over everything you need to know during our hurricane and flood survival guide. If you have a question that you didn't get to ask right now, you can go ahead, scan that QR code that you see at the top of the left corner of your screen, and our Storm Tracker 2 team will be answering them live during our show. Just remember, you can watch that on air, online, and on our KPRC2 Plus app.